So on that note, I would now request the respected Chairperson, S.D. Gupta sir, to please deliver the address and encourage the participants with his words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, Dr. Sodani, for speaking so profusely about me. Thank you so much. Today is a very important day for students as well as for teachers. Today is Teachers' Day, and the September 5 is dedicated to great teacher, Dr. Radhakrishnan. So all teachers, all students celebrate this day with, and they pay their tributes to their teachers for their contribution in their life. Teachers traditionally are named as titled as gurus, and so teacher is not that who teaches. Teacher is that who shapes the career, shapes the life of the students. And a great quality of teachers, which is so spiritual. Teacher is a great giver, and he gets pleasure in giving. So teacher is a very special person. There was a note I was reading about teacher. So teacher says, the title is Teacher Says. Some time back, maybe 3-4 years back, I sent it to all the faculty. So a person went to some office, or they were in some party. So there was a bureaucrat, and he asked, as we exchange ideas and thoughts in parties, so we try to get to know who are you and what you are doing. So during a discussion, two people interacted. So one asked the another one, that, who are you? What are you doing? He said, I am a teacher. And then, as happens, he scornfully looked at with all demeaning faces. Oh, teacher. So you teach in the school. Okay. Then the teacher asked, who are you? He said, I'm the collector of the district, and I'm responsible for all this. I'm responsible for development, all infrastructure, all decisions that I take. But what as a teacher you people do, you waste your time, and this is just passing time. What do you do? What do you do? And then teacher says, I make man like you, but not in actual sense, because I never produce man with such a ego in that. We shape lives of the individuals. We make them. This is what teacher does. And whatever you are is the contribution of your teacher. So that bureaucrat felt very cut and felt very little in front of the teacher. So teachers are basically, more than teachers, they are mentors. They are the persons who inspire. They are the persons who share their knowledge through their experience. The knowledge they have gained through the experience in life and related to the reality of the world. So teachers not only teach or bring knowledge to you, but also develops in you the core values of life, how you can be a useful citizen, how you can be one who can contribute to the growth and development of the nation, and how you can contribute to the lives of people, individuals and communities. So teacher has a great role, and literally the meaning in the literature of this guru is gu is the darkness, and ru is the light. So taking people out of the darkness into the light, that's what the role of the guru is. So gurus have contributed immensely. India had great gurus, and it finds mention in our ancient literature that how gurus have really played a critical role in producing their pupils who made their names in science, art, culture, and everywhere. But to do that, a very important condition has to be met, that the teacher contributes into a student's life to grow and develop. And that is a strong teacher-student relationship. On the part of the students, they must try to reach out their teacher. And on the part of the teacher should be willing to talk to the students, and the students feel like going to their teacher for advice, for consultation, for counseling. All that can happen if we have good teacher-student relationship. And for that, the second important thing is to create a culture of learning. Creating a learning culture is very, very important. And important thing in the learning culture is to produce knowledge for self and for others, to work together, to learn to work together in team, to share ideas and think collectively. This is where the learning happens. So the teachers, if there is no good culture or environment, cannot do much, and students can also not do much. So it's important, this is institutional responsibility for building a culture of learning. And both students and teachers are responsible for this, to create such a culture. All the students who are participating today in this Teachers' Day ceremony, maybe you are now quite aware of IIHMRs, but unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, we have not been able to bring to the campus physically. We tried our best, but we had to face the consequences. So we are still sitting with the crossed fingers that when do we get, but we are very eager to get you on the campus. Because as I said, if you see the environment, the ecosystem in which you study, and you develop a pride for the institution where you study, and you brag about where you are studying, and you feel the culture of openness and trust between the faculty and students, the learning is never complete. So what we are very keenly looking forward to have you on the campus. Dr. Ani announce when you are going to be here. So wait for his announcement when you will be on the campus. But it is important that you are in an environment and you are in a culture, institutional culture, where the learning is enhanced and you build relationship with your teachers. That's how you grow and you learn. And the teachers tell you how you can be resilient in your life. Eh, this lot of ehsas of dukh and so how to deal with that situation. Many times you would be frustrated, how to deal with it. So teachers have lived through all that. Everybody has frustrations in life, but this is a teacher who can always come to your rescue to help you think what to do and learn those things. Perseverance is another thing that he tries to inculcate in the students and encourage them to do continuous learning and hard work. And there is no substitute to hard work. Remember, there is no substitute to hard work for learning and growth. That is very important. So you are spending so much of money in your education, and probably this is the last formal high education you are getting. Thereafter, it will be your choice whether you go for it or you don't go. But this particular course you are doing over here is perhaps the last learning opportunity formally in the learning organization. So you have to keep that in mind. Therefore, you need to do hard work. Study should be your only religion here. Though we try to develop the personality aspects, you have to learn to speak, you have to learn to write, learn to express. All that is very necessary. How to conduct yourself, how to interact, all that is very important. We do all that. But very important thing is your religion should be to study hard. Remember, in such courses, knowledge is important, but more than knowledge is the competence and the skills that you develop. Unfortunately, the market, the healthcare market, expects from IIHMR students that from the day one, they start producing work and they start producing the services. That is on the day one. So they assume that they have learned it and they can do right on day one. So that is the expectation of the industry from IIHMR graduates. I am very proud of our students. Over 4,000 students have graduated till so far. There may be one or two exceptions, but without any exception, all are doing a great job, have brought a great prestige to the institution, and they have established themselves. Yesterday, Dr. Sandesh Kumar brought a student to me, and she asked me, said, "Do you know me?" Incidentally, I knew her face, but I did not know her name. So I was not shy of asking this. May I tell you your name? And she said, "I'm Ritu Chaudhary Agrawal." What are you doing? She was CEO of a corporate hospital. It was a moment of pride for me. So many of your seniors have gone to CEO positions or institutional heads or chief of the organizations. They are in the international and national consulting agencies like PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte, KPMG, and many others. They are with the UN organizations. They are with the government of India, the government of various state governments. And I can tell you one thing. Maybe I am bragging too much on that, but all national health mission at the national level and in most of the states. These are the IIHMR graduates who are managing NHM. You'll be surprised. But they have those skills. Now they have occupied central positions in National Health Mission at the national level as well as in the states. They have occupied central position in PMJY, that is, what is that? Ayushman Bharat Yojana. You will find many of our students in Niti Aayog. You will find many of them in corporate pharmaceutical industry, MNCs, and likewise. So they have done a great job, and very good thing about, and I'm proud of them, is that they have been now regularly coming on the campus to recruit new students who would be graduating from IHMR. So they are fulfilling their duty towards institution as well. Now, why all this is happening? Because the values that have been created in them, the conduct they have developed, the inspiration they got over here, so they are still linked. And most of them keep on coming to meet with us. We regularly organize alumni meets and we meet with them, and it's such a great pleasure to see them. A totally transformed person or a lady over next 2-3 years of the start of the job after graduating from here. So this is all, the credit has to go to them, but the credit also has to go majorly to teachers who crafted them, who developed them, who shaped their lives. So I wish you all a happy Teachers' Day. Wish that teachers take care of the students very well. Develop mechanisms for building up teacher and student relationships and contribute each other. It's not only that you learn from the teachers, but we also learn to a great deal from students. Many of the things that we think we know, in fact, when we teach, and some of the students contribute very differently, and then this is where we add to our knowledge. And in this modern world, the expectations are very different. The teaching methodology has changed, and it will further change. And we have to learn to work in such situations. The job situation has also changed. This is work from home. And how can you regulate yourself professionally by working from home? Because at home you are free. When do you work? But then the companies and organizations have developed systems how to really measure how many hours you have worked. One, today easily you can be monitored on computer itself, who are online or who are on the server. That's one. But the second thing is what you are doing on the server and what is your product of the day. So all that can be known. So now new ways of doing things are emerging, new world is emerging, new economic order is emerging. The job profiles are changing. And our job as a teacher is to prepare you for the changed world. And this has happened in a very short period of time of 1.5 years. So we have to prepare ourselves for this, and you have to prepare yourself for this change. I've taken longer time, but I thought I should give my mind and what do we expect from you and what should you expect from your teachers here at IIHMR. Thank you very much. Happy Teachers' Day again.